Good evening and blessings out there, everybody. What's going on? It's your man, Rod Hickman, Generational Wealth Builders, where poverty ends with us. Look, super excited to be coming to you tonight on this Martin Luther to the King Day. We've had a phenomenal day here in our headquarters office here in the metropolitan city of Covington, Tennessee. Again, we have some great things going on here. We have some young people that came in office, some young people that are working with us, some young people who truly are exploring entrepreneurship. And I am over the moon about that. My wife and I are over the moon about that, and about the fact of being able to teach these young people the ways of business, be able to teach these young people how they're going to be financially secure, because we're going to empower and equip them with the tools and resources necessary in order to be effective and self-sustaining young men and young women out here in these mean streets and in these markets. So again, we're super excited about that. I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you took the time to reflect today on the message of Dr. King. I hope you took the time to realize that Dr. King and all those other ones, those other heroes of all ethnicities that fought for the civil rights of those in this country. I hope you took some time to think about that, to reflect on what that actually means to you, right? I hope you actually took some time. I hope you didn't just take this day as a day off to just sit there and scroll Facebook or watch football or whatever the case may be. I truly hope that you did that. Again, I am so grateful for Dr. King and the message that he had. Again, I'm very appreciative of the what was done for the Civil Rights Act. So I'll say that. Definitely grateful for that. But let's get on what we're talking about, right? Today, actually, we had a seminar where we were talking about how to continue the fight to develop equity and financial empowerment, right? Those were the conversations that we were talking about today. And like I said, we had those young people here, and they were eating up what it was that we were sharing with them. And so I'm super excited about that. But with that being said, I want to talk about something else, right? I want to talk about Social Security. I'm not going to try to be here long, but I want to talk a little bit about Social Security, because I've been harping on this now for about a week. I've been doing a lot of research on it, and I felt like I'd come on and share with you all just a little bit about Social Security. I did a bit of a poll on my personal page a week or so ago, where I was asking people, how many of you all are dependent or going to be dependent on Social Security when you retire? And the overwhelming majority said, no, I'm not going to depend on it, right? That really prompted me to want to ask a second question, but I didn't, right? I wanted to ask, what is it that you are going to do? What is your plan for retirement, right? I have been crowing on and on and on down through 2024 about making sure that you're prepared for retirement. And again, I'm going to do the same thing in 2025, right? I'm going to crow on about it, because retirement is something that's coming upon us. And as I tell y'all, man, I'm 50 now. And I can tell you, I'm thinking more about making sure that my retirement is secure now than I did ever before in my life. Now, again, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm going to always, because I own my business, I know I'm going to always be doing something with my business, right? But again, as far as running the day-to-day operations, absolutely not, right? My business is set up where it's okay either way, but we're going to be taken care of, right? But what I want us to understand is a lot of people don't have that testimony, right? What is your way to be taken care of? A lot of people are looking forward to Social Security. So what I want to do is just drop a few points on you about the Social Security, right? A lot of people are like, yeah, I'm depending on Social Security. Well, guess what? There are talks that Social Security is supposed to diminish and end up depleting by 2040, right? How many of y'all knew that? Again, everything I'm telling you all, you can go out there and find it for yourself. Matter of fact, how about I do this? I'll just go ahead on and throw this link here in the chat for you to be able to look at it for yourself. I don't want you to think Rod just out here saying something to be saying something. But again, Social Security is now expected to be depleted by the year 2040. And I thought that was interesting because Social Security is a trust fund. How many of y'all knew that? If you knew that, put that in the chat and say I knew it was a trust fund. Well, that trust fund and the way it was worked, it was set up by President Roosevelt. And it was designed initially just to support workers, right? It was a federal trust fund. And here we go about trusting the government to do something for us, right? Again, I'm not going to go down that path, but I really want to, right? But here we go. They were taking taxes out of your payroll check to put into a fund so that by the time you retire, bada boom, bada bing, you got a check coming in every year for the rest of your life. Here's the whole thing about it. It was never designed, watch this, it was only designed as a supplement, not to be the primary means for your retirement. What do I mean? Okay, let's say in your job you're making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. Well, Social Security was never designed to replace that $50,000 a year income. It was never designed to do that. It was only designed to provide a part of that money. Only a part of that money. And so with that being said, they're taking out the portion that they want to take, but they're only saying now, again, because for the greater good, because we're taking into consideration people that can work, people that can't work, people that are disabled. We're taking all this into consideration. So we have, if you allow me to say this, we have this, what do you call it? A potluck. So we're taking everybody's money. We're creating this potluck of sorts. And so everybody get to eat at the potluck. That's what it was basically designed to do. So they're saying that you may have contributed enough to be able to live high on the hog, but there's somebody else who didn't contribute anything or didn't contribute as much. So they're going to be able to get, their portion as well as the person that wasn't able to contribute anything, right? So again, these are just some of the things about Social Security that most people don't know. And as a result of that, what's happening is the money, again, and that trust fund, I believe, has been used in other places. And not only that, that's not the main issue. Another issue that when we sit down with clients that most clients don't take into consideration when it comes to planning for retirement is a lot of clients don't take into consideration inflation, right? There was a time when $1,600 was a lot of money, right? There was a time, but it's not now, right? $1,600 is pretty much gone just like that. Yes or yes. So with inflation continuing to rise anywhere from, we're averaging it 2 to 3%. Again, because of the pandemic, we jumped up 9-10%, right? They keep saying it's coming down, but again, is it really coming down? So again, inflation has gone up year over year over year. However, the Social Security fund cannot go up to compete with inflation. They do offer what's called a cost of living allowance or COLA bonus, but again, it's not enough to keep up with inflation. And these are the things that you need to know about Social Security, because if you're planning on counting Social Security in your retirement budget, these are things that you need to know, right? Again, I have a vested interest. Again, I'm 50 now. They're saying by 2040, it's supposed to be gone. Folks, that's when I'm supposed to be 70. That means I done paid into it all these years and I ain't gonna get nothing. Somebody, now, that don't set well with me at all. No. I done paid my money. I want my portion. But here we go again. The way it's set up, it's not set up that it's my money. It's set up as a trust fund. And what's happening is, again, in my opinion, because of mismanagement. Now what's happened is they're basically using the taxes from payroll checks today in order to fund it now and pay out the benefits they got right now. How goofy is that? How goofy is that? Wait a minute, brother. And let's flesh this out a little bit. See, this is how my mind works. I'm a bit of an analytic, so y'all stay with me as we go here, right? So you're telling me that the Social Security benefits, the pot that's there now, is basically being supplemented based on the fact of people working today. There's very little breathing room. There's very little buffer in there, because they're taking the taxes from the checks today, and they're using that to pay out the benefits. Y'all listen to this. If that's the case, what does that mean if unemployment keeps going up? What does that mean if we go into another pandemic series where they tell everybody you can't work so they can't collect taxes? Does that decimate Social Security? Does that mean that Social Security dries up? Who knows? Who knows? But that's certainly where it looked like it can take us, right? That's certainly where it can take us. And again, there's nothing you can do about it. You must pay into Social Security. Here's another thing. Most people don't know about Social Security until they get there. That if you make too much money, you're going to get taxed on that. What? Wait a minute. Ho. If I make too much money while I'm on Social Security, I'm going to get taxed. The answer is yes. I think the number is $30,000. If you make over $30,000, you're going to get taxed above that. Your Social Security is going to get taxed. What kind of sense does this make, folks? This is why I'm doing this tonight. Because, again, it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense that here I am, you're taking money out of my check, nothing I can do about it. You're saying it's to make sure that we can pay into retirement, right? That's what this fund is for. You're also telling me because of mismanagement that my money that I'm putting in is going to somebody for today. So by the time I need my money, it may or may not be there. But yet and still, if it is there, you're telling me that if I have a $50,000 a year lifestyle and I decide to go out there and work while I'm receiving Social Security benefits, I'm going to have to pay taxes on it. You must be crazy. But folks, that's what it is. That's exactly how it's set up. Your Social Security benefits are subject to taxation if you go over those financial limits. That is as goofy as the day is long to me. That is. It just does not make a lick of sense to me. And so, folks, this is why I wanted to do this live on tonight. I wanted to do this live because I want to show you how sometimes the education that we've received and the way it's been presented to us has never been quite right. And that's why I love what I do. That's why on my day off, or when everybody else is off, I'm here at the office. Because I want to make sure that people are informed, that people are empowered to know what's going on with their products and as far as retirement is concerned. Now, here we go. You all have heard me crowing on and on and on about the fixed index annuity, right? The fixed index annuity, the easiest way for me to explain that, a fixed index annuity is simply put a personal pension that you fund that's going to pay you a check for the rest of your life, right? I'm going to say that one more time. A fixed index annuity is a personal pension that you fund that will pay you a check for the rest of your life. Now, as we get ready to get started on this, because I'm going to show you something real quick. As we get ready to get started on this, I want you to understand and be clear about something. And it's called the Rule of 72. If you don't know what the Rule of 72 is, then that could be a reason why you don't understand how money grows and how money duplicates. But let me tell you what it is. The rule of 72 basically says you take the amount of interest that you're getting on your money, you divide it by 72, and that is approximately how many years it's going to take for your money to double. That's what the rule of 72 is. It's an accounting model that says, hey, man, if you're getting 2% on your money, you divide 72 by 2, that's 36 years. So that means it's going to take about 36 years for your $500,000, $10,000 to double. Does that make sense? Now, this isn't Rod, but this is how they calculate compound interest. Compound interest is the kind of word that you really want to know. Again, y'all may not listen to nothing else I'm saying, but please listen to what I'm saying right now. Compound interest. Which one was it? I think Einstein said it. I think it was Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the 8th wonder of the financial world. He said, those who use it, they benefit from it. Those who don't, pay it. Does that make sense? It's the 8th wonder of the financial world. Those who utilize it, they benefit from it. Those who do not, they pay it. Now, with that being said, I'm about to show you a very, very simple, let me get rid of this thing right here. I don't want to be putting that out there. But I'm showing you something that I show my clients. And with this particular product, I came up with this number because one morning when I was on my way to work, I would stop by the gas station just to get some coffee, or this is back when the little Debbie cakes were you could afford them, right? I ain't paying no $2 for $3 for something I used to pay $2 for $1 for, right? I ain't finna do that, right? I love them oatmeal cream pies. So if you ever want to send me some oatmeal cream pies. But either way, so what happened is there was this guy who would always come in every day buying the scratch offs when I would go to the gas station in the morning without fail, like clockwork. Now I didn't go there every morning, but every time I went there, he was there. What happened was I asked him one day, I said, oh, gee, look at here, man. About how much do you spend a month on scratch offs? And he said, well, about $200. And I was looking like, now that's a $200 lie you just could have kept, right? You ain't have to tell me that. You in here way too much to be spending $200. But whatever, if that's what you say, so be it. So what I did, folks, I said, okay, what if I took $200 a month? What could be done with that $200 a month as it relates to preparing for retirement? Because come on, when you play lotto, scratch off, things of that nature, you're trying to win big, right? You're trying to cover a large amount of money in a short amount of time, right? But watch this. So what I said was, okay, let's look at a fixed index annuity. And what would happen if someone who's 18 years old start putting $200 into a fixed index annuity until the age of 67? So that person would contribute about $117,000. However, as a result of compound interest, that person will have about $6.25 million. Now, let me put a plug in right here. The beautiful thing about the fixed index annuity is that it is not in the variable market. So what that means is there are no losses. If the market is doing well, it's paying you really, really good. When the market falls or loses, you don't lose a thing, so your money holds. And what happens is you don't have to try to gain more money and do all of this and recover anything. What happens is when the market picks back up, you pick back up the gain. That is why the wealthy use this tool to grow their money. That's why. And I can see why, and that's why I'm part of that group now. So as you see, This person has invested $117,000 over a period of 49 years. And what has happened is they have now ended up with about $6.25 million. So what that means is their distribution check, or the annual check that they will receive every year, is about $375,000. Now, that, folks, is retirement. That is living, not scuffling to get $1,800, $2,000 a month, and then you can't make no more money. What kind of goofiness is that? Think about it. You work your whole life to achieve a pinnacle. Why would you then go back down to something so minute? Why would you then go back down to something where it literally takes you back or takes you beyond the poverty line? Help me understand that. So let's say you decide to get started at age 25. It's $100,000. You have about $3.3 million. Again, you'll be at almost $165,000 every year for the rest of your life. Can Social Security do that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's say you're 35, you get started. $76,000 is what you contribute. You'd have about $1 million. That'll give you about $51,000 for the rest of your life. That's still more than Social Security. And guess what? Even if you got Social Security with these, you're going to have to pay taxes on it. And even if you got Social Security with this one, you're going to have to pay taxes on it. All because if you take Social Security and you go over a certain number, they're going to tax you on. So the question now becomes, good people out there, my kinfolk, my folks, the question now becomes, are you really prepared for retirement? Are you prepared for retirement? I hope so. I hope that my videos are helping you see. Listen, I'm not going to do no 1-2 minute videos or nothing like that where I'm just throwing some stuff out there, but I'm never, ever explaining it. That's why my videos are long. I know y'all be like, hey, man, you just be talking, because I want you to understand. So many people have gotten hustled because they listen to something for 2-3 minutes and you think you have it and you don't, because there's so much more to it. And that's why my videos always end up being about 15, 20 minutes long, even 30 minutes long. Even when I only want to talk for 5 to 10, right? Because I want you all to have a clear picture of what it is that's out there, what it is that's headed your way, so that now you have the reaction time to make sure that you can make a choice to make sure that you're able to retire and you don't have to unretire when you retire. That's a thing now. Either people are A, not retiring, or B, they're unretiring. And I can just tell you right now, at the ripe old age of 50, I feel good now. I really do feel good. But I can just tell you, I don't have the kind of patience that I used to have to want to go sit in nobody's job. I don't. And I can only imagine if I add about 17, 18 years, nah, I can't see it. But here we go again. If I don't prepare, guess what I'm going to have to do? At the age of 60s, in my 70s, I'm going to have to get out there and get it. And I'm going to have to get out there and get it, even though my body may not be working with me the way I wanted to work with me. So, folks, this is why I did this video tonight. I really, really wanted y'all to understand that and get the inside scoop on Social Security. It's not your friend. It's not set up the way you think it is. Social Security is not set up for you to profit. It is not. It is a government fund that is on the verge of running out of money. And so people in my generation, them 75 babies, hey, where we at? Where we at? Again, by the time we're 70, because you know they're trying to move the retirement age to the age of 70. So by the time we get there, bro, it's gonna be gone. And like I said, I'm gonna be madder than a mug, man. Like, man, what the world? I'm going to take something now. I ain't lying. I'm gonna go somewhere and take something, some kind of federal something or other and something or other. I can't say, but I'm just saying, right? But again, folks, I say that jokingly, but again, this is a serious topic for me and for our affiliate partners, we care about your retirement. We do. If you work your whole life, if you do and sacrifice for your family, if you do your part and you pay your taxes, that money should be there, but understand that it was never designed to be your money. It is not your money. So you can't say, well, I paid my Social Security tax, it better be there. It won't, because your money is now going to feed somebody else. And again, I understand that, but like I say, it's like a potluck. Somebody ain't gonna eat, right? If you set up a potluck for 5 families and the whole town show up, somebody ain't gonna eat. And right now, the way it's set up, those of you that are bringing the food, those of you that are putting in, you ain't gonna eat. Again, this is no knock. This is not to be, again, by any means. This is no knock for those who are disabled. Listen, sweetheart, if you are disabled, again, and you can't work, that's what it's there for. Again, we help one another. It is a social program. We help one another. If you're truly disabled, again, God bless you. Again, I hate it for you because you now are forced to live below poverty. I hate that for you. Because of your disability, you can't make money because they'll start taking your benefits away. I hate that for you. I would love to be able to sit down and talk with you about how you can make more money. I really, really would. I really, really would. But that's not the way the system is set up. But for those of us that can work, those of us that are able-bodied to work, just know that it was never designed for you and I, fam, like that. Your money is going to take care of the people for today. And now they're saying by 2040, it's going to be gone. So again, as I get ready to get out of here, I've put just some good reading material there in the chat. Take a look at that. And when you take a look at that, again, I hope you'll understand just a little bit better about what it is that Social Security is and versus what it is not. And I hope and pray that in addition to that, you will do something to make sure that you are taken care of in your older age. All right. Well, look, that's my time on tonight. I'm Rod Hickman, CEO of Generational Wealth Builders, where poverty ends with us. Listen, as I always tell you, knowledge is not power until it is applied. You can have an 18-wheeler truck, gassed up, fully ready to go. You can rev and press on the gas as much as you like, but it's not until you apply the clutch and put it in gear that that vehicle is actually going to move. And I hope that's what you do with this information that was shared with you on tonight. Put it in gear and utilize it. That's been my time. Love you all so much. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye-bye, bye-bye, and bye-bye.